Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. The Indiana Jones Minute.
So we in the past, we used to do this thing that we haven't done in a long time where we would only read the names every other week. And in the weeks between, we would have a little bit longer episode where we just talk about some kind of thing. And perhaps our eagle-eyed listeners, eagle-eared, I don't know, perhaps our observant...
That's owl-eared,
aware,
Peter.
yes, our owl-eared listeners might have picked up on the fact that we will be discussing the 1984?
Three.
Oh Three?
1983.
Classic Return of the Jedi. But one thing we have done now for, I think, several years when we start a Patreon episode is we always start with a question. And I have a question kind of related to this movie that might be a good icebreaker.
Okay. It's a little unorthodox, but we'll allow it.
Yep. So I started watching this.
Right.
And, you get the fanfare or whatever, and then you get, the classic A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away. Mm-hmm. And this is, you might hate me, and this is going to sound sacrilegious, but this is a real question. Is this the seed of Star Wars destruction that they chose to include this before every movie? Like, did this become almost like a liturgical chant that had to be recited before each movie? But what it ended up being was it tied all of these disparate things together that some of us hated and some of us loved, and then things kind of became a mess.
Oh, and sort of like the like they all have to open with that, and they all have to have the blah Star Wars and the episode whatever.
And then as soon as you see that, you're primed to say, "Oh, this is now officially Star Wars. I'm in."
They didn't. Did they do that with things like Solo and Rogue
They didn't,
One?
and they didn't know. I don't think they did.
Yeah,
which I like
right.
that they didn't. But I'm curious: is it needed for a true Star Wars movie, like an episodic Star Wars movie, to have that?
I'm actually going to say yes, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, I think it is supposed to. I mean, either only Star Wars started with that, and then none of the other ones do, or something, or they all do. And I think that makes sense for all of them too. It's sort of getting into it. It's like, once upon a time, we're returning to this place for more of this story. And yeah, for the episode, the numbered episode movies, they are supposedly part of the same story. And they're telling one big fat long story. You can debate that if you want to, how true or successful or satisfying that is. But I think it makes sense.
I guess my thought was if I have a brand, do I only want to put my mark on something that I know is the highest quality? Because every time I put my mark down that this is my brand, people are expecting this brand. And then if something comes after that's not as high a quality, suddenly that's part of the brand. And I know they're not trying to do that. And I know, but I wonder if just having that kind of sets us all up for a little bit of disappointment because we're not all going to love everything that's coming after.
Well, there are people who do love everything that came after this.
That's true. I
suppose.
Yeah.
I don't understand them, but they're there and they're happy, healthy people, and we love them. Would it be weird if
here?
No.
I'm worried. He's been very quiet through all this.
He's thinking.
Let me turn the TV down
Tom.
here. Hang on a minute. No, I'm kidding.
You were also saying something, Tom. I just got scared.
No, I was going to say it was stupid, but what would have happened if Star Wars opened with A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away, and then Empire started with like, I don't know, not previously on Star Wars, but like, something like, again, we return to it, like a different opening phrase that was not the same exact thing, or
like
something.
a little less longer.
Slightly more recent,
yeah.
but still almost exactly as far away, depending on what part of the
but if
story
you believe
you're
in the expanding universe, now it'd be a galaxy far, 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 far away.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
So you know what? I love that. As Tommy said, it's Once Upon a Time.
Uh-huh.
It's the brand. It's the Paramount Mountain turning into the mountain.
I was a little happy the new one didn't have the Paramount Mountain based on my feelings about the new one.
That. I think that they. I like when they have a theme. I love that it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's there's something relaxing about it. It's like sit back. We got you. You're gonna have, you know what I mean? You're welcome to the right place. It's very, very old timey.
Well, it is like a liturgy.
Yeah,
like
it is like a liturgy.
You have to recite it before the ceremony.
It's also like a curtain going up or something. It's like everyone be quiet, take your seats. The lights are going down. The curtain's coming up a long time ago. Check your phones.
You know what? That's how you create a brand.
Yeah.
That type of.
I agree, but my question was just: is that also how you destroy a brand?
Well, you know what?
Like, do you have to use it judiciously, or do you just spray it as many places as you can?
Let's be clear: you destroy the brand by not having a good movie.
Yeah.
The long time ago in a galaxy far, far away does not set me up for the fall or a disappointing time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of the gun barrel at the beginning of every single James Bond movie. Mm-hmm. There have been good James Bond movies and terrible ones, but everyone always gets excited for that, and they always here we go, a James Bond movie, hot dog. So if you handle your franchise right, you should be good.
But does that make, like, I'm assuming the new Star Wars Starfighter movie won't have it, and like Rogue One didn't have it. I don't think Han Solo had it.
Yeah.
Well, does that
I can
make
let
those
you know
lesser?
later this week if Mandalorian and Grogu has it.
You will have to let me know because
did any of those ever have that?
I think we're saying no. That the
as far as we remember, no.
So you're telling me there's 9 movies that begin like that, right?
Right.
And
I'm guessing. I might be wrong.
Okay.
Like,
and maybe there never will be another one again.
I don't know.
Does that? I don't know.
I've already heard rumors though that some of these people are coming back that were in the sequels for another project soon.
Yeah, they say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, let's jump into it. So we start with the crawl.
Yeah.
And the crawl's got some stuff in it and some stuff that brought up some feelings. But I like that right off the bat, Luke Skywalker is going to rescue his friend. And I like that they call him his friend.
Yeah.
His buddy. Not his fellow rebel or something.
Yeah,
or
like they're friends. Like it's a nice thing. And it makes me, it reminds me that I'd forgotten that Han Solo lived on Tatooine too. Or
he did? Wait, what?
Well, he seems like he was there.
I think he was just passing through.
You think he was just passing through?
Okay, see,
here's a spaceport.
Here's something that's really crazy. I didn't put this together. Han Solo was on Tatooine in Star Wars like feet from Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
When Greedo intercepted him, and he's like, I may forgot that I found you if you give me the reward money now. Mm-hmm. He's like, basically everybody, Jabba really wants, he's put a price on your body. And you're like, wait a minute. He's not only is he in the same galaxy or the same star system, it's like he's on the same planet. It's like he's like 3 blocks down from where Jabba the Hutt is hunting
Why would he
him?
be there if he doesn't live there? Like, that seems like a really dumb thing to do if you don't live there.
I always
feel like
assume he lived in the Millennium Falcon. That's where he lives.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he might.
Yeah.
He's got that
I mean, I
little
might just be imagining that he lived there, but it's like it's funny that he's there.
I think Mos Eisley is a spaceport, and you fly in, he does a job, and he comes back, and somebody else hires him for something. It's sort of like just a waypoint, and the fact that Jabba's there, it's a little dangerous for him, but it's also sort of like, I don't know, maybe this last job just took him there, and he's like, I got to keep my head down while I'm there because Jabba's going to be looking for me, but what am I going to do? And
I'm not, like Jabba's looking for me. You like, dude, you're blocks away from him.
Yeah, you could.
Like that never occurred to me.
In a version of Star Wars that we try not to talk about, but we do see them meet, and it doesn't end up with Han Solo dead. He kind of talks his way out of it, so he probably doesn't seem to think it's too big of a a dangerous deal. It
I
ends
have
up
less
on
problem with
Tatooine.
that than a lot of other things since they actually originally filmed that. But but
Why are we talking about that already? Oh my
I
god!
don't. But it are we also? Is this another seed of its own destruction? That one of the magic things about Star Wars is that you had these people that came together at random and saved the galaxy, not because they were predestined or because they had special powers from birth. They were just random people that happened to kind of coalesce, and they were brave and they did great things, and anyone could, you could too. Like, they just came together. But when they come back to Tatooine again and linger here on this kind of world that wasn't where everybody lived and wasn't the center of the universe, so that, like Luke says, it's like the farthest from the center, bright center of the universe. Are we making the universe small? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
And that makes me a little anxious already.
Yeah, small in the sense that there's only about 5 planets that anybody ever goes to, in
And
the
only
whole
about
galaxy.
8 heroes in the whole galaxy.
Yeah, and they all know each other and or are related to each other.
Yeah.
And half of them are Jedi Knights, or they will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get going back to Tatooine in this movie because that makes total sense because that's where Jabba the Hutt is, and then he's got Han Solo. But yeah, I'll never really understand why they went back to them for the prequels and stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. I like that they came back here, but I think it's maybe a little bit of a slippery slope.
But then we do get like, okay, there's like 2 things going on in this opening crawl. There's Luke's gonna go help his friend, save him from the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt, and they're building a new Death Star. And what? And that's, oh my gosh, like if you're sitting there, you haven't seen this, you're like, first of all, you're like super excited. You're like, oh, I've been waiting for 3 years. Luke's going to go save Han Solo. I knew this was going to happen. This is going to be great. I got the next 2 hours of my life is going to be awesome. This is all I've been thinking about for 3 years now. But then there's also another Death Star. Like, oh, cool. Another Death. Oh, wait a minute. They already have a Death Star.
I would have liked to have heard the discussion in the room on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because look, the Death Star is pretty cool, and like you see the Death Star being built, like under construction, and when you see it from space, it's fascinating. It's like kind of, I don't know, it's like kind of, there's like big steel girders sticking out of it, but it's like a, it looks like it's under construction, and you do wonder, like, whoa, what would that be like? You're walking around in space, and you're out on a girder, kind of like that New York City black and white where the guys are eating, they're all eating their lunch pail
Tuna
sandwiches.
No, sorry,
but-
keep going.
Well, it does make you wonder. You're like, why a Death Star again?
Yeah.
And then it does say one of the lines is, I think it says, what is it? It's, I think when completed, it'll be, powerful.
It'll spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore
and you're
freedom
like,
to the galaxy.
not even if completed, when completed.
Right.
Why? So is this a red herring? Because George Lucas is specifically making a movie here about asymmetric warfare, kind of, referencing Vietnam. And the rebels here are engaged in guerrilla tactics. In instances like this, a giant, lumbering, highly visible super weapon isn't actually something that seems like it is certain doom for a band of guerrilla rebels. Like, it seems like the opposite. So it's a funny thing to put in is it just like a red herring to throw us off?
And we've already seen it fail spectacularly.
Yeah.
We've already had a completely, fully working, built Death Star, and it blew up. Like 1 movie ago.
And also a big misunderstanding I've always had. I literally have always thought that what they're doing is repairing the old one.
Oh, really?
It never even occurred to me that this is an entirely new. As many times as I've seen this and read this crawl, I always thought they were just repairing the old one.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
they went
Like, I thought that was
around
the shell, and they're just like building on
They
what was
collected
left.
all the bits.
Yeah.
Well, the
Took
bits
forever.
were still there. Like, it was just like a, kind of a burned out. All the metal superstructure, a lot of it's still there, so they're just like straightening out some of the
my gosh.
beams. And
I actually thought that when I saw that in the fabled Starlog magazine, I saw, I think this opening shot was one of the first images I saw. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I said the exact same thing. I was like, oh, it's like the remains of the Death Star. That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh, and, and then I figured, and my friend Sean Haynes is like, I don't know. I got pretty blown up last time. I don't think that's just the remains.
Well, also it looks exactly the same, and we will see almost every scene where they show it looks exactly the same as the first one. So it kind of
Oh no, but Pete, it's even bigger and more powerful.
I'm gonna argue that it's not, but we'll get there.
Well,
there's something very like 10-year-old kid about that. About like oh, isn't that just another? Yeah, but this Death Star is bigger and more powerful.
It is. Yeah.
And it goes kaboom.
Yeah.
And it goes.
Do you think they? Do you think they? Like, did they call the original contractors from the first one, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we heard about that," and you'd be like, "Well, listen, you guys had this issue with an exhaust port."
Yeah, it's about that thermal exhaust port.
Yeah, and it was easily exploited.
Well, that's not under warranty. That if you plainly see,
you're not supposed to shoot photon torpedoes in that thing. That's not on us.
So, do you think they're just kind of like they kind of be like, all right, but listen, we need one to be bigger and more powerful. So, did they order like the space steel to be thicker, or I always wondered, like, I always had a bit of a rough time jumping over this. I don't know, this storyline, because when the Death Star blows up and then you have Darth Vader and he's spinning in his TIE fighter, and then you're like, I guess somewhere there's a Star Destroyer, right? And you're like, I figured that was the entire thing.
Yeah.
So I was I was always like,
he's the last guy left.
He's the last guy left, or there's a bunch of guys on the Star Destroyer, but that's nowhere near a Death Star. Like, the Death Star is the castle, and then what's left is a couple of, like a hut or two. You know what I mean? To your empire.
Yeah.
But the castle is gone. The castle and the land and all the, everything. And so you see that super huge ship in Empire that, like, the Emperor lives on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's his houseboat.
Yeah.
And then I was just always like, so how do they, like, what is the biggest thing that they own that is their castle? If it's not the Death Star and they can build another one, like, where are they living while it's being built?
Well, if you look at the prequels, Jerry, it's probably Coruscant or something.
Oh.
Where the Emperor has his office.
Is that true?
I guess, sure.
Where the Emperor has his office?
He's got an office, yeah.
Why if it can already blow up a planet, how is it going to be bigger and more powerful? What what will it do differently?
Slice right through one planet and hit another one on the other
Or
side.
and then they couldn't figure that out in the sequels either, so they just made it. Oh, it can blow up a star.
Yeah.
Oh, not just a planet.
That's the thing. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You'll never do better than the Death Star. What is it? It's a giant space station the size of a moon. Oh, what does it do? It blows up planets. The end. It's not tricky. It's not weird. Oh, it runs on hope or something, or the power of the sun or something. It just blows up planets, and it's giant. That's all you need. There's just two simple things coming together, and it's awesome.
Agree. Yep.
So where would they have gone if they didn't build a bigger, more powerful Death Star?
What float around on Star Destroyers, I guess.
Well, they could have had like giant. They could have had a planet with an impenetrable base, or a completely.
Yeah.
What if they had stolen the ion cannon? And they made like a quadruple ion cannon.
But that's sort of what they did. That's what they did in the sequels. That it was sort of unsatisfying.
And wasn't the plan for this before they landed on just one another big huge Death Star? Was that there were going to be? I'm dead serious. There were going to be two Death Stars, two new ones, and like the battle at the end was going to be about. It was sort of the same thing, but like the other planet was like. Had Abaddon, which I don't know if that was like the seat of Imperial power or something, but it was, I don't know. They had to blow that up, and they had to blow up a couple of Death Stars, and it was a whole thing. But, I don't know.
It's hard thinking of stuff sometimes.
At the moment, though, when you're watching the opening crawl, you're like, neat. Okay, I'm here. I'm in. This is great.
One more question I've got about it, though.
Sure.
So they're building this thing or rebuilding, depending on who you are.
Rebuilding.
Yeah.
And you see that it seems to be made entirely out of metal.
Right.
Why are they building it above a forest moon? They're not building it out of wood.
That'd be awesome if they
Well,
did.
okay, wait a minute.
It'd be like a bespoke, like
Yeah. Polished and like,
artisanal Death Star.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So
Hey, don't put your coffee mug on that.
I'm thinking the green moon of Endor is where the shield generator is.
Yeah.
But why
Right?
wouldn't they
So-
build a shield generator on a planet with resources to use to build the Death Star?
Yeah. Maybe there's like I don't know. Maybe there's something about Endor. It's like out of the way. All it has is little monkey people. And so that you could put nobody cares about it. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. So it's good.
Oh,
in
you think
that
it's
sense.
hidden? Do you think do you think they did it because it's like, oh, it'll be like camouflaged in the canopy of trees?
Right, yeah. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't live on Endor or who goes, nobody lives there, but if somebody did, they wouldn't be able to see it. Or it just sounds like it's like in the middle of nowhere, like a galaxy
I want to know,
speaking.
so like, I mean, I really would like to be in that construction board meeting. Where they're like, all right, so first thing we need is like, you need a shield generator. And you're like, okay, fine. Well, yeah, that is sort of how we anchor stuff. And, you know, maybe there's a power source in there or something like that. And like, okay, so we need to find, you know, at first it's like, let's find, what about the Endor system? And like, what's there? Well, there's a green moon there.
Yeah, it's got trees. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's got trees. It's pretty. And you're like, okay, we're going to set it up there.
We can make all
And
the furniture
then
for the whole Death Star there.
We're going to fly a bunch of hammers and bolts and beams into outer space. We're going to, you know what I mean? We're going to, I get like, does the Death Star rotate around? Is it in orbit around the green moon of Endor?
Oh, I don't
Yeah, it seems to be. Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
but
think
how
it
would
is?
how would the shield generator work then?
Actually, that's true. And if it were in orbit, it would change the tides of the planet, and it would become
Or is it-
tidally locked, or it
Oh,
would be.
yeah.
You'd have all kinds of crazy problems.
Is it just
Could change the
above
gravity?
it?
They did not.
But
think
it's
this
not
through.
close enough to be. It's not close enough to be in orbit.
Well, also, if it's okay, let's think. I just thought of another thing though. The first one was the size of a small moon.
Right.
Endor is a moon, but this is a lot smaller than Endor.
Yeah.
So it seems like this should be smaller than the first Death Star.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, can moons be all sorts? I think they can be. They can be all sorts of different sizes.
Yeah,
right?
no, they can be all
Yeah.
sorts of sizes.
That's weird.
Yeah, a lot of weirdness in this,
Sure.
but only if you pay attention.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
talk
not
about
do
it for several hours, but let's not pay attention.
Did anyone ever really pay attention to these crawls? And when they first came out, to me, they always sort of washed over me, and I maybe kind of half read them. But
Yeah.
I'm excited about the movie. Let's get through it.
Right. I'm already here.
I did. You know what? I did not comprehend these until I was about 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
For real.
I remember as a 30-year-old being like, "Oh, it is a civil war. Oh my gosh, I get it. Oh, okay, yeah, it's like the government, they took over and not everyone's into it. Okay, I see. All right, cool." They knew what they were talking about.
So,
It does.
so-
It opens with a lot of very Star Wars. Like, this movie's been accused of being, in some ways, just a remake of Star Wars. And you do kind of get. You could, if you were going to argue that, you'd have a good point at the very beginning because it opens with almost the identical shot from Star
well, that's
Wars.
interesting you
Oh,
say
but
that.
it's-
It's kind of like Last Crusade being a reprise of Raiders. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of we kind of, but they didn't have a swing and a miss on the second one and this one. So it's funny
Right.
that they went back to the first.
But George Lucas was bitter that he
Someone
felt
else-
like Empire got out
Yeah.
of his hands.
Yeah,
And yeah, maybe he was a little like sour grapes about like, hey, you got all the accolades for this awesome movie.
yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if he was just more like, yeah, that's
Maybe.
gonna be a thread through this conversation of like,
Yeah.
a little bit of hand thrown up and stuff, and we're kind of done already. Let's just finish this thing up, kind of stuff. I
It's a
don't know.
shame. Like, it's because it was such a wild success when he did hand off the reins. Like but it's almost like you said, like that upset him. So he wanted to bring back control, but then he didn't have as much left in the tank as he thought. Maybe.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say, I mean, I guess we'll get through this, but I love the way this starts with the huge monolithic ship, and
Yeah.
you know, and it
No, I
comes
like
out,
that
and the
too, yeah.
noises are familiar, and you have the shuttle. What is it? The shuttle Tiberian,
Tiderium.
Yeah.
Tiderium,
Yeah.
the shuttle
James
Tiderium.
Tiderium Kirk.
Yeah, and then you're like, I think that's just awesome because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, it's Star Wars. Oh, they got the thing. Oh, they got moons. They got space. It's set a long time ago, a galaxy far, far away. But you see the ship come out, and you're like, I've never seen that ship.
And it's
That's
awesome.
what's different.
It's might
and
be my
there's
favorite ship design in this.
there's
in the
two
show.
TIE fighters, and you're like, oh,
And they
wow.
sound like TIE fighters.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? I always wonder, why do they have two TIE fighters? Like, you're like, oh, they're escorts. And you're like, does Darth Vader need an escort?
No, but it looks cool.
It's like a
you know.
prestige thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when they fly the space shuttle on the back of the 747. It's got the two. Well, I guess those are for a reason, but
Is it? I mean, is it just like is it like spaceship lapels?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of like, or you know,
It's like
uh,
it's like a space red carpet or something.
yeah.
What's speaking of this, like this is maybe my favorite ship design, but it doesn't make any sense. Like it's you would think if it's carrying the biggest VIPs in the galaxy, it would either be like heavily armored and safe, or it would be something that's not 90% cockpit. Like
Yeah.
it seems it would be really luxurious. It's interesting that it's neither of those. It's like a very utilitarian. It seems to be for the passengers anyway.
I don't see Darth Vader as needing any kind of luxury or much pomp or circumstance or anything. Like he's got that little meditation chamber that he uses in Empire. There's nothing cozy about that or anything.
And in this,
And in this, supposedly, yeah.
yeah.
And you know, again, I think this whole place is supposed to be hidden, so they're not worried about getting blown up or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
do
that
you
kinda
think that's
makes
like a
sense.
silencer ship? Like it's
The
like
what?
a
Oh.
hidden, like the shuttle Tiderium. Like it flies out and it's very, very quiet.
Sure. No, I was just saying though that they're all like this whole Death Star Endor operation is
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere.
This hush hush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hidden. So you wonder, did the Star Destroyer like hyperspace there very quietly?
Sure.
And then
In
they
hyperspace,
dumped,
no one can hear you scream.
yeah, and then they dumped off Vader, and they said, "Now go down there, fly casually, quietly."
Yeah.
What is interesting is the whoever it is, General Scaredy Pants, like is you know, he is shocked. He's not expecting them. He
Yeah.
you know, he feels like he got ambushed at work.
Right.
So that disturbs me a little bit. It's so the script says Death Star Commander Moff Jerjerrod, a tall,
Come on,
confident
man.
technocrat, strides through the assembled troops. Blah blah blah. The troops snap to attention, and it says, "But the Death Star commander," or it says, "The troops snap to attention. Many are uneasy about the new arrival, but the Death Star commander stands arrogantly tall." That's the script. But
Oh,
the
interesting.
movie, he stands there and you see him gulp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not sweating.
and he's immediately humanized, like, which I think is a very bold choice, that you're
Yeah.
taking the guy in charge of this evil thing and you immediately humanize him. And I
Yeah.
don't know if they needed to do that because you've already got a worse guy getting off the other ship, but it's interesting to me.
It's not so much. Yeah, I don't think it's so much about him being a good guy. It's his reaction to Darth Vader. You know, like
But we immediately identify with him, which is interesting.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And we're getting the sense that, you know, and we already know that Darth Vader, we know how to feel about Darth Vader. We don't
Yeah.
need anybody's reaction, but yeah, that helps a little bit.
What's fascinating is when you see, I don't know what you call it, like Vader's, I don't know, co-workers, you know, co-general CEO workers, and you know, you see the first guy in Star Wars is like, you know, whatever he says, stop scaring us with your sorcery ways. It is nor is it giving us clairvoyance, and it's like, and you're like, okay, that guy has an arrogant stance. And then
Yeah.
I remember one of those dudes, is it Piet or Ozzel, maybe it's Ozzel in Empire. He's like, oh, I'll inform Lord Vader. He's like, Lord Vader,
Captain Nita.
Yeah, Nita.
Yeah.
That's right. And he's like, and he's just sort of, he's a little matter-of-facty about it. He's like, oh, there you are, Vader. Well, listen, here's what happened. We came out of the thing. And then this guy, and now it's, Return of the Jedi, this guy's stance is, as you said, Pete, I mean, there's you feel sympathy for him.
Yeah.
He's definitely not arrogant. And
He was in the minor leagues when those other guys were in the majors, and so he saw everything before he got up here.
Yeah.
So he didn't come up here with the arrogance.
And,
This is the guy who
it,
chokes people with his mind. I gotta
it
say the right
also,
thing.
it makes you like the dynamic between, I don't know what you call them, the people who work directly under Vader, from Empire, obviously from Star Wars to Empire, but from Empire to Return of the Jedi, it seems with this guy like there's a significant difference.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That this begins with the dude kind of scared and freaked out, and he says, we'll double our efforts.
Although it does kind of make sense that in Star Wars, Vader and those other, Vader was kind of a minister without portfolio, or he didn't really have a rank. So these other guys technically were probably ranked above him. And so they were arrogant trying to put him in his place, even though they weren't able to. But by this point, Vader has now proven himself to be far above all these people, even without an official title.
Yeah.
So maybe at this point, everyone knows, oh, this guy's a lot.
I have a great question that only just occurred to me this instant. What is actually the point of this scene? Of Vader talking to Jirjarad and I need more men. I mean, I guess you learn that the Emperor is coming and that I guess that's your clue that he's going to be a character in the movie. But beside that, we already know you're building a Death Star. We already know Darth Vader's a bad guy and he makes people nervous.
I don't know how else he would have introduced this Vader I think it makes more sense with the deleted scene, actually.
Oh, a little bit, maybe, yeah.
So there's for Jerry and those who haven't seen, there is a deleted scene that comes right after this. And we're skipping over some stuff I want to come back to, but there's a deleted scene at the end of this scene with Moff Jirjarad and Vader, where Vader walks down the hall past an evil black version of R2-D2. And he gets in the elevator and goes to his meditation chamber, which I love. And when he's in the meditation chamber, he's sitting there and he goes, Luke. And he goes, join me on the dark side of the Force, my son. It's the only way. And you cut to Luke in a cave building his lightsaber, and he's wearing a black hood, like a black cowl. And he looks kind of like the Emperor. And it looks almost like Luke is evil because when Vader's calling him from his meditation chamber, Luke kind of cocks his head like he's hearing Vader calling him to the dark side, and it's cool. And then you cut to 3PO outside and R2 coming out. You realize Luke has just given R2 the message what we're going to see in a minute, and C3 was like, "Why isn't he coming with us to Jabba's palace? I thought he was going to help us fight him."
Yeah.
And he's all upset. But
wait, I forget. I haven't looked at that scene in a while. Did you see him? And again, we're going to go back in a second. But do you see him give R2 the lightsaber at that moment?
No, you don't see. I don't think you see him give it to him. But to me, I realized when I watched it this time finally that he was doing the Princess Leia thing and putting recording the message with R2-D2 in that cave. That's why he was in there.
So it's not a remake of Star Wars, is what you're saying? Okay.
And also, now that I think about it, maybe he wasn't building his lightsaber. Maybe he was putting a spring in it so that it would shoot out of R2-D2 later.
And he turned it on just to make sure it still works with the spring in it. Yeah, maybe.
But if we go back, there's one thing right before they get to this Moff Jirjarad scene, I watched this several times back to back with the original Star Wars scene when the shuttle is approaching the hangar bay on the new giant Death Star.
Yeah.
I can't tell any difference in size between the Millennium Falcon approaching the hangar bay on the original Death Star.
Oh,
that's a good point.
Wow.
And it doesn't seem at all bigger. It doesn't. I don't see any difference at all between these.
What if the shuttle Tidarium is huge?
Oh, maybe.
But it's not,
more
because
luxurious
you see how big the windows are and you see how big the cockpit is. I don't know.
That's
The other
a good
thing
point.
this scene tells me, well, there were a couple of things that I thought were interesting. A, there are a bunch of mouse droids for you, Tom, which I'd never noticed before.
Oh yeah.
And there's a treadwell, like a pickup truck treadwell, which is funny. And they've changed those, all the red accent lights, they've changed to blue.
Oh, there's still a couple red ones, but yeah, no,
There are,
there's a lot
yeah,
of-
but
yeah.
I've never. Did we see blue in the original one?
They're mostly
Or were
white.
they all red?
They're white in the original.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like they got those Amazon, like those color changing LED lights that that cycle
Yeah.
through the spectrum.
Yeah, I'm in a red mood today.
But the thing that really stood out to me, I think one of the things that bothers me so much about the prequels is I was trying to imagine Hayden Christensen saying these lines.
Why would you do that?
But it's like the pacing and the diction and the vocabulary, every single thing that Vader says and Anakin say are different. Like I can't imagine the two saying the same. Like
Yeah.
it's not the same guy. It's not saying the same thing. It's not saying it the same way. Like if you get burned by
yeah.
lava, do you completely change your vocabulary and your accent and your way of speaking and your...
I know it's the whole point of the story, and I know it's like the whole point of Luke's arc and adventure and coming to terms with that Darth Vader is Luke's father and Luke's father is Anakin Skywalker. But I'm the same way, Pete. The second you remind me that there's a human being in Darth, I know he's not a robot man. He's not a space knight. He's a guy who got burned in lava. I get all that, but when I try to think of like the prequels connected to this movie or any of the original trilogy or anything, it just doesn't make sense to me. And like in Rogue One, there's that shot of him, the Darth Vader's in that, and he's in that Bacta tank or whatever out of his. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. You're ruining the illusion. It's like, it's yes, that's his backstory, but I don't need to be reminded of it. Just he's Darth Vader now, and that's the guy I'm interested in. It's not nothing against Hayden Christensen necessarily, but that's not.
It's
him.
just a different person. Yeah, but and why not at least have James Earl Jones' voice for whoever plays Anakin, or like have something that sounds more like, or that talks more like Darth Vader.
Maybe.
Like not like like
like
it's just weird how much different. Oh, I never thought about that. Oh, maybe you're saving the prequel, Tom.
Uh-oh, I didn't mean
That's
to.
where, that's
it was
where
not my
Luke
intention.
Luke had the whining in his DNA.
He's got too much of his father in him. He's a whiny little bitch. I always think of in this scene with Jir Jarrod and Vader. He's like the Emperor wants you to go. We're doing the impossible. I need more men. And he's like, well, maybe you can tell him when he arrives. And he's like, oh my god, okay, we'll double our efforts. And I always think I don't think it was Mad Magazine. I think it was Cracked, their version of this. And the exchange is just like Jir Jarrod is like, hey, we're working 24 hours a day. And Vader's like, well, double your efforts. And he's like, work 48 hours a day? He's like, yeah, I'm a sadist, not a mathematician.
I like that.
I
So
do
this is a
wonder,
funny
did
scene.
he go back to his office and be like, oh, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
is
to
that,
redo
like-
the entire duty roster and the shift schedule
yeah.
and everything. Oh my
Like
God.
and you're like, I'm going to have to
Lunch
sit
is
down. I'm going to
canceled.
be like, all right, listen, I know everybody's been, on these 16-hour shifts, but
Yeah.
we're really going to take it back to like, the 1890s where we're going to have like, there's no child labor laws.
Yeah.
You're going to be working
Yeah.
And the guy
20
next to
hours
you
a day.
dies, just
Yeah.
step over him and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
I mean,
Vader
Vader
around
does
and
say, like, maybe I could find new ways to motivate them. Maybe there'll be like a Taco Tuesday or something, or like a after shift, something or other, raffle or
night.
something.
Yeah.
the picnic. Finally, the sauna on the 37th floor is
Yeah.
open.
And all the workers are like, this is hard work, but man, if the Empire doesn't know how to take care of their guys,
Yeah.
and
They
appreciate
sure know
hard
how to
work.
motivate me.
Gosh, that's nice.
Well,
Well, how would
speaking
they-
of... Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Jim.
Well, how would he motivate? Like new ways to is he going to turn them over like the droid thing and put the little Bernie iron things on their
Yeah,
goodies?
or just strangle them to death, and I guess we need more guys now.
Oh, I need to, yeah. Right,
a little bit worse.
And you wonder I did think about this. You assume that whatever his name is, Miff John Jurgens or whatever is you assume that he's already working extremely hard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what if he's
Yeah.
not? Like, what if Vader is right in this situation?
Oh,
And the dude's the dude's playing billiards like 16 hours a day, or
Yeah.
he's playing Grand Theft Auto.
right.
and everybody's totally slacking off because they know it's like, okay, this whole second Death Star is like a union job. Like there's no big.
He's having like entire crews only work on his like stereo or something and installing stuff in his quarters.
Well, I love that because that makes Vader's last line in here no longer sarcastic, but just very thoughtful. Like when he says, we shall double our efforts. And Vader says, I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. And you're like, oh, yeah, he's actually pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, you kind of, so is the Emperor going to come down? Like if the Emperor came first and the guy was like, oh, your presence is a surprise. And he's like, hey, you've been really slow on this whole thing. We need to go. We're going to reduff it. Not good, book. Like, and he just would have killed him there.
Yeah, maybe. Or we've been like, well, Darth Vader said we were doing fine. He said we were more forgiving.
Like, when you see the Empire as company, it's really interesting. You wonder, like, who's lazy? Are all these guys lazy? Who steps up? Like, who gets promoted? Like, if you get promoted, and it's kind of like, sort of like, was it Piet and whoever it is, get to like, you all of a sudden you're at whatever, Captain Nita to Admiral Nita, whoever the hell you are. They get these battlefield promotions, and you kind of wonder if is it okay to be like, oh no, I'm not the right fella.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I think I'm best where I am.
Yeah, I just work in the trash compactor unit.
I'm not management material, Lord Vader. No. You want me right where I am.
So after the scene, we cut to 20 Mule Team Canyon.
Oh.
Which I know Jerry loves that place. It's part of Death Valley. Which, amazing place. But then you see on the horizon, you see R2-D2 and C-3PO walking towards Jabba's palace. Mm-hmm. What do you think Jabba's palace... Did Jabba build this, or was this like a granary, or was this someone else's, like a mall? Like, because it doesn't... When you look at the inside and you look at sort of Jabba's shape and how his mobility, it doesn't really seem like it was built for him.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of stairs, a lot of tight corners.
A lot of narrow tunnels.
The door's big, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strangely designed building. It almost is kind of like a granary or something.
I remember being a little bit disappointed as a kid, like, oh, Jabba's palace. Oh, that's a palace? Okay. Yeah, it looks like a corn silo or something. Like a The outside isn't that interesting, but that's still cool. It's a different kind of palace. Who am I to judge?
Well, you know what I noticed? The floor of Jabba's palace is sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets everywhere.
How do they sweep it?
With their sand brooms.
Actually, in a lot of I've been to countries like in Sri Lanka or India where they do sweep the dirt.
Yeah. Well,
like they have those kind of handmade branch brooms, and they sweep leaves off of the dirt.
So, okay, if you're talking about they I know we're jumping ahead, but they get into Jabba's palette, like sort of like the entryway, or I don't know, it'd be like the vestibule, and it's sand all the way in.
It's like a dirt floor.
Yeah, they have a dirt floor, and you wonder, is that like a Zen garden? Or is that maybe it's not supposed to be, just nobody's doing their job?
Yeah, the sand is just constantly coming in.
Or maybe the sand is constantly coming in, and it's like that's part of it. It's like, well, we have different types of interior decorating. The vestibule is sand.
Yeah. Then we have water, we have air, we have different rooms.
We have trapdoors. It's a different thing.
It kind of has a little bit of what you call, like, in the inside has like a brutalist architecture.
Yeah.
A little bit. But not so much the outside.
Well, this hallway too, when you look at it from the other direction, is a very like German expressionist look. Like it's like these kind of a Moorish arch, like with beautiful indigo lighting, and it looks very much like that more than anything else.
I'm gonna say they show up to the door, right before the hallway. They show up to the door, and it's like desert quiet.
Yeah.
And I was, for my birthday a couple days ago, I went out to California City. It's in the middle of the Mojave Desert. And, I stopped the car and I pulled over, and it was dead quiet.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a different type of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Once if you've ever been in a desert, or even when there are things kind of around, like if you're not that far off the highway or whatever it is, you can maybe see some bustling, town, out in the distance on like a mesa or like some volcanic plug, and there's, it's just completely quiet, and you get that sense when they roll up to Jabba's door. They knock, and then 3PO's like, let's get out of here, and then that little ball
Yeah.
droid hand thing comes out and it goes,
Yeah.
and this right here is one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it too. Yeah.
Because
Since I'm actually, you know what? Since I'm not to interrupt, and since I tend to be sort of down on this movie, I should tally the things that I love about this movie.
Yeah.
This is the second thing I love. I love the
Nice.
the shuttle Tidarium, and I love this guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know
This
what's incredible,
guy-
Jerry, is that
Yeah.
you just mentioned this the silence and the desolation. This is one of the most desolate spots on Earth. And then this movie contrasts it with one of the most lush, verdant, green places on Earth. And in reality, those two places are a short drive apart, both in California.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's incredible, like how
Yeah.
varied our landscape is here.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think what I love, and there's a feeling of like kinetic energy or something. Like you're at the
Yeah.
very beginning, it's really quiet. You haven't really seen much other than the Vader stuff, and then all of a sudden, this little ball comes out of a door wall,
Yeah.
and there's just this little interaction, the three of them, and it's really quiet. And then
It's
he
a nice
says,
scene.
R2 Daytona, and the ball goes rot, and like looks exactly at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you're at the very first 5 minutes of the movie, and it's
Yeah.
familiar. And I think this is when I'm happiest.
Oh.
This scene is when
It's
I'm
nice,
happiest
yeah.
in the whole movie. Yeah, this
It's
little.
a nice scene.
But I always wondered. So the door is made up of all these circles, and that robot juts out of one circle. So are all of the circles on the door that a different version of that guy?
Oh.
Oh.
Or is that guy just race really fast between different circles?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Does he
Yeah,
like? Is
depending
he?
on-
Oh, is
attached-
that guy the spider we see inside?
Oh.
Oh, you're blowing my mind. I always thought he was part of the door.
I did too, but now I suddenly, when I think about going between circles, you immediately see that spider inside, right, walking by the door.
That's true. Now, see, if my son were here, he would tell you all about that spider because you read about it in a comic strip or whatever a thing. And so there's such a thing as knowing too much about Star Wars. I'll just say that.
I agree. Also, I love the idea. Like, I'm looking at the scene with the door open and you see the dirt floor. Now I suddenly kind of like the idea that the people in here are so lazy. Like, they know that Jabba's never going to get out and look at this room, so they just let all the dirt flow in and cover the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take a picture of it from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Say, yep, oh, it's
Looking
all
good,
shiny.
boss.
Look at
Looking good.
that. Yep.
I want to see. Wait, now I have to look at we have to see. Is the guy the
I don't
spider?
think
I'm
he
just
is.
double
I'm
check.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to break your heart.
He's probably
Well,
not.
so
I have
is
a friend
the
who,
robot is part of
oh.
the door. Like, so if you order the
Yeah.
door, so is that door orderable?
or is it bespoke?
Yeah,
Oh.
is that bespoke? Like, did Jabba say, "Look, we're gonna have to have a door. I got this palace."
It's got a lot of holes. We could use one of
Yeah.
those holes for a guy who comes out and says stuff.
Or
a
we
guy
need
who comes out.
we need at least 30 guys to fit all the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not the kind of hut who just has empty holes. Every hole has a purpose.
It's funny because he doesn't seem to
I'm not
really
touching that.
display his wealth in a lot of ways, but he does with that.
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you, Pete. What do you think? We also see they walk in. You got the sand. You got that guy, and then immediately you see a Grimorian guard,
my least favorite character, maybe in the
Oh,
original
thank
trilogy.
you for saying that, Pete. Because I was gonna say, do I
Wow.
like Gamorrean guards? Isn't it okay if I don't like them?
They don't
Okay.
seem like Star Wars to me. They seem like, you know what they seem like? Not too long after this came out, I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they've got these characters called Vogons that I think these are Vogons. They don't feel like Star Wars
It's a
creatures to me.
it's a very Doctor Who kind of thing. Nothing against.
They
I
look
love
like
Doctor
people
Who,
in a
but it's
big
like-
rubber suit.
And they're pigs. They're just they're
Yeah, and
space
they're just
pigs.
pigs.
Pigs
Yeah.
with
Space
helmets.
pigs.
That's kind of
Yeah.
lazy. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and there's a crocodile guard, and there's a
I mean,
dog
that-
guard.
That a little bit kind of was in the cantina too. We just gave it a pass because we were 4 when it came out.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was the most incredible thing there is.
There's
By
a
the way, I
devil
just
man
gave
and
Jerry on his birthday. I gave him a Wolfman action
Yeah.
figure.
Oh, that's
the
beautiful.
Well, so wait a minute though. If they're space pigs,
Wolfman in Star Wars is cool, but
Okay.
pig guard is silly.
that's what I want to know. Why is the pig guard? Because you have you have the super like droid thing, and then all of a sudden you have like the exact opposite. You got a slobbery, sluppery, piggery, porcine thing with
Yeah.
like a battle axe.
Made his
like
house out of straw.
he's like you know what? Yeah, he's like an orc
Yeah.
looking thing, and you're like that's the opposite of a droid. And he's got saliva and crusty eyes and boogers, very organic.
But see, to me, like you get another creepy, very organic looking figure in Bib Fortuna, who I think is amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
And he's also repulsive and creepy. But something about the Grimoire guards just feel too, I don't know, just like a guy in a pig suit. Like it I don't know what it is
Again,
about
it feels
but
a
they-
little bit like made up by a 10-year-old or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, what if there's pigs? What if there's pig guards?
To me,
Yeah.
it just seems very orc-like
Yeah.
or
I'm not sure what that
goblins.
means.
They're kind of like
Like Russian
goblins,
soldier.
maybe.
Oh,
They're like big bird goblins.
yeah.
So
Or
if
the
you
ring.
call,
You
are
wouldn't
they?
understand.
And we can get Sam on the horn for this one. Are they born guards? Like, is there species
Oh.
Grimoire guards, or are
Probably
they
not.
Grimoirians that like they go on Indeed and they answer an ad for
Yeah.
a guard?
Well, I guarantee if you look at it, Gamorreans are naturally fantastic guards, and that's why
Yeah.
like Greedos are
Yeah.
fantastic bounty
Yeah.
hunters. So they're all Greedos and bounty
Yeah.
hunters. Yeah. I want to say no. I don't think they're born guards, but
You don't think they're born with like a battle axe? Is that
No,
like
but
you
there is
know,
probably like a huge. What are you going to be when you grow up? A guard? I guess so. I'm a Gamorrean. That's what we do, right? I don't
That's
know.
yeah. It's kind of like the
Why-
cobbler,
why-
or you know.
Why
I-
is it like? Why is it mid-century slang to call a woman a battle axe?
I have
Those are
no
really
idea.
funny
It's
Like
Like,
as soon as
even
you said
instead of-
battle
I mean,
axe, I just thought like
Yeah.
Archie Bunkers, or
Yeah.
not Archie, but like
Like Maud or somebody.
Well, how about you
Least
guys
like
ready
the
for this one?
honeymooners, or
You
like
ready, you ready for this? I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
lot of points. Yeah, why don't we call him a broadsword?
Oh, there you go. Battle axe is funnier to say.
Pete didn't laugh. He didn't
laughing
laugh
right
that
now.
hard.
I'm
He's
laughing
kind
internally.
It's a polite
Yeah.
thing. No, I don't know why. Why do they call? Let's look that one up.
Okay.
A battle. Yeah, why not like Mace Face or whatever?
Yeah.
what's going on with? So Bib comes out and he says Diwanawanga,
Yeah.
and 3PO does a very like George Takei, oh my, and then but then he says Diwanawanga, like he said
Yeah.
he has some weird things that he says in these next couple of moments.
He does. Actually, really, I think for the first time I noticed in this scene that there are no subtitles for Bib Fortuna
Oh yeah,
in this scene.
yeah. You don't
And
know what
don't
he
need
says.
them at all.
Yeah, I
you
love
kind of
that.
get what he's like. What are you doing here? Oh, a gift.
Wait,
Oh, give me it.
I'm gonna
You know, that kind
I'm
of
gonna
stuff.
say during one of my favorite scenes is one of my least favorite things, and that
Oh.
is this stupid pig Latin of R2 de Toa.
Yeah, no, that's very
Nonsense.
very silly.
Say-
yeah,
Yeah,
C-
see-
pay.
I
yeah.
cannot
yeah.
stand that.
I have a friend
mean-
who would only refer to DVDs as Dave Doas after this. Every once in a while.
and I mean, I get it. They don't want it, but you have all sorts of like, you know, Walrus Man comes up like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, there's a problem. She doesn't have to be like, you know, it wasn't like you.
Right. Or it's just R2D2. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's,
it's just
like you
R2D2.
hear
It's
somebody speaking in another language
Yeah.
and then they say, you know, Van Halen.
Or
'cause they're talking about Van Halen.
completely just use a different language, and then you could walk. Yeah, you can sort of walk in R2D2 or some version,
Yeah.
or just have it be a totally different thing, or use subtitles. But R2D2,
That's silly.
come on, man.
Okay, what's more silly, that or apparently the Hut word for gift is goody. Because he's like,
Oh
he
my
says something
God.
about
Yeah.
like, a goody.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Hey, we should point out that Bib Fortuna was killed by a werewolf in American Werewolf in London,
Oh.
Oh, really?
and he's the guy in the subway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's good. All I know about him, that and this.